Green was arguing with Steve Kerr and then left the bench. Do you think, is this the end of an era? The end of the Steve Kerr Golden State Warriors era? I think it should be if it's not. Because you still have a great player in Steph Curry, but a new system needs to be had because right now he's leading the league in the gravity stat. We'll get to that later, but then you see like your key, one of your key pieces arguing with the coach, and to the point where you got to leave the bench. I've been on teams where players argue with coaches. I've even argued with coaches myself, but I have not need to leave the bench. I haven't need to leave the game. It's probably a misunderstanding. Is definitely a respect that's had when a coach, had the last word. So when I see stuff like that, I'm thinking, and I see their record, I see where they are. Like they made all the moves defensively so they can protect Steph from getting exposed on the defensive end. But yet you still eighth. Is they still eighth in the Western Conference Finals? Check that out for me. But you're still not top in the Western Conference Finals. So frustration starts to build. Guys are getting older. They want to know what's next. They want the best.
Yeah, they're still eighth.
They're still eighth. So yeah, I think this might be the final season for the Warriors from what you see. I think Curry's going to stay. Curry's going to stay, but Steve Kerr, I don't think so. If Steve Kerr stays, a lot of the other players leave. I think Kuminga, I think some of those guys leave. I don't think, because it's not like they get better next year, right? Like this is not Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Iggy Dalla coming in with the Warriors and they have a cool 10 years left. Nah, this is like Steph Curry's 17th year. He may have another 5 years in him. And who knows what that fifth year look like. So so I can imagine the Golden State Warriors office is trying to get the best out of what they have. They're trying to get the best out of this Steph Curry fan base. They're trying to get the best out of their own fan base. And they're trying to keep their fan base. There was a time the Warriors, like up until Steph Curry, not up until Steph Curry, actually, I apologize. There was the We Believe Warriors. We Believe Warriors was pretty good. Then they went dormant until the Steph Curry era. And the Steph Curry era has been fluctuating in the last 5 years. So, but there was a time the Warriors didn't really have a strong fan base. Like they have their glimpse. They had their Mitch Richmonds and the Tim Hardaways and Chris Mullins. They have their glimpse, but they could easily fall back to where they were, a city with not a winning team and a lot of money down there. So they're definitely trying to avoid that as much as possible. So you sent me this video, E, and I actually watched this video in its entirety. The video talks about how Jordan, how averaging 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists was like a threshold of success when it came to stats. And Jordan was the leader in that. He did about 5 times in the 90s, right? And then it was like a surge in the 2000s where you start to see guys like Grant Hill, Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant start to average that. Then LeBron kind of casually did it from 2005 to almost 2024 for the most part. Averaging 25 and 5 rebounds and 5 assists. In this video, it talks about the evolution of basketball. Did basketball get better? Did it change? Did whatever the case may be? And they're comparing the eras, right? And the thing about it is, it's so crazy that people don't want to believe that the game has changed. They want to come up with like, oh, the rules change. Yeah, the rules did change, but that doesn't mean it's easier to shoot the ball. Like the 3-point line was extended. Overtime, if you play basketball, you know this, right? I'm gonna get my guy E in this. Me and my guy E, my guy E right here, like I used to coach him as a basketball player. Basketball coach, basketball player. He would always try to challenge me one-on-one after practice. Hey, coach, play one-on-one. All right, man, come on, bro. Yeah, you know, I got to do it. You know, they call me out, I got to play. But I would know his moves. I would know his moves because his teacher before me, because I didn't see him when he was young, so his teacher before me limited him in having different moves and different things in his bag. Same thing in the 90s. A lot of things is easy to guard if you're not the player on your team. Like how easy it is to guard a Ron Harper for the Bulls if he not Jordan. If he can't do the things Jordan did. If he don't have the free range to do what Jordan was doing, right? Now, I think about like me playing my guy E, and he had like a range of things. He could shoot long threes. He could get to the basket. He had triple step backs. As a coach, it'd been hard for me to guard. It'd been hard for me to guard because I didn't grow up seeing it. I didn't grow up knowing how to guard it. There's no defense for it. Same thing in this era. If you don't know who's going to get 30 one night, how are you going to guard it? If 4 or 5 players on a team is capable of getting 30 any given night, how are you going to guard it? So when I hear people talk about like, yo, man, I don't think it changes the rules. Nah, the rules did change because it has to change. You got to understand, when you're watching the NBA, part of it has to be entertaining. You know why you turn on the NBA quicker than you would turn on college? Because college, it involves like understanding of culture, of basketball culture. The NBA, it has to be entertainment. Everyone has to enjoy it. So they have to change some of the rules to make the game faster, to make the game more entertaining. Like, for instance, just the smallest things. At one point, it was a 10-second half-court violation. Now it's an 8-second half-court violation. That extra 2 seconds was killing them. It was killing them. They want to speed the game up to keep the viewers in there. So you got to understand, like, yes, they'll change the rules, and they'll continue to change the rules because it is a business, and they had to improve it. But that has nothing to do with the ball going in the hole. That has nothing to do with that.